everybody to the Mindfulness Project Advent Calendar Door 22. Nearly there. Maybe you have listened yesterday to the talk, and one of the tips to deal with the Christmas stress was to put yoga on top of your to-do list. I think this is valuable for every day in life. Put yoga, meditation, going into nature on top of your to-do list. So this is your chance to tune in and put yoga on top of the to-do list, even shortly before Christmas. So roll out your mat and join us. We decided to offer a class for relaxation because this is a time where maybe people or you get like stress and rushing from one place to the other, organizing the last stuff and things getting overwhelmed, families soon coming together. So that could be nice to calm down, relax, that we can maybe come from this relaxed point to feel the joy of Christmas. It's actually a day to celebrate and the light in this world, the light inside of us, the light in our families. Even they are maybe, we think, stupid and difficult, but it's our families. And look and try to see the light because it's in all of us. So today's practice is an invitation to slow down. And to do so, I thought we can do some focus on the breathing, like deep breathing, and then focus on the psoas, the muscle that runs through the pelvis. It comes actually from the T12, the thoracic 12 vertebra, down to the femur bone. So this one responds a lot to stress. And then another one, what creates stress, sometimes it's outer stress, like Christmas can be really stressful time, a lot of things going on, a lot of things need to be organized, sometimes traveling, moving, and all this work needs to be done. One thing is, how do we react to the outer stressors, and can we create some resilience, can we create like some balance to the outer turbulent time and feel some calmness. And the other thing that creates stress comes from the inner world. It's our thoughts, our belief system is worrying about things. That's not so much really what's going on outside. So this is another thing, like call it looking at fact and story. So what is really the fact going on and what is the story we tell us? So having a look at this one, and then for sure having some relaxation and rest, and maybe some other things come up though, but are some things that I like to look at. And the other one that I forgot is about like celebration mind, the celebrating mind, because actually Christmas is the time of joy and celebration. It's the time the light comes into the world, and this is so we can focus on the light, taking in the good, we could say from neuroscience. To often we have this negativity bias, so like taking in the good, taking in the good stuff about yourself, and make this now a session of self-love and self-care. Time for yourself, self-love and self-care, because Christmas is a time of love, caring, also giving, and the light. And so we can see like focus on the light in the world. Very often we get like overwhelmed and like the news, everything is full with what is so difficult in the world. We forget about all the beauty that's going on in the world. So this moment can be the moment of joy, the moment of beauty, the moment of calmness and nourishment. So let's do it. And let's start with the opening arm. Take in deep inhalation and exhalation to relax. And then inhale to begin. We will start with sitting. Find a comfortable seat. Can be on a chair, can be like cross-leg, can be in kneeling position. Take support. If you need to have your hips slightly higher than your knees, so that you can relax the area of the psoas. The psoas doesn't need to work so much to keep you upright. And then lift the right hand, the palm facing to the front. The left hand you can have resting on your thigh, or you can have it in front of the nervous center. This is Abhaya Mudra, so it's a hand gesture about fearlessness, protection, friendship. If you like, close your eyes. Tune in. With your awareness into the gesture. Abhaya Mudra. Fearless. That means courageous. Protected. Safe. Friendship. Coming in friendship. Meeting in friendship. Maybe we can take this attitude when we meet with our families and friends on Christmas. Coming together in friendship. Even if it's difficult, friends stick together also in difficult times. And then slowly release and relax. And with awareness, shift from the sitting to lying down. What I like to invite you to is called crocodile pose, Makarasana. So we want to lie down on our belly. You can bend the knees, move the knees to the outside, and then bring feet back onto the legs back onto the floor, feet pointing outward. With your hand, put on the opposite elbow, and then you can rest your head on top of the elbow, or on top of the forearm. The lower ribs touching the floor, but the rest of the rib cage is lifted up gently. Relax your shoulders down. I will keep my head a little bit lifted now that I can talk to you, but you rest your head and then relax the whole body. This posture is beautiful to encourage the deep breathing, and when we are in stress, what will happen is that our breath becomes shallow, goes more into the chest area, and this creates like the response in the body that really something going on, and we get more tight, and then also the mind will shift and change. The hormone that get involved, this will change. So to calm down, it's good to have the deep breathing. And Makarasana invites you to withdraw for a moment from the outer world, to go to the inside and check in with yourself. How do you feel in your body? Feel if there are areas of tension. Check in with your emotions. How do you feel? And check in with your mind, your thoughts, maybe stories going on. And then feel the flow of the breath, how it comes into the belly, but also the sides and the back, the lower back. Everything expands to all sides. Be in touch with the breathing, the nourishment of the inhalation, and the letting go, relaxation, detoxification with every exhalation. Allow the breath to calm, to get calm, slow and deep. And then gently slide your arms over your head, rest the head on one side. Bend the knees again, move the thighs in, and then rest both your legs on the floor. Turn your head to the other side. Then bring your hands under your shoulders, head to center. Push up into the tabletop for a cat and cow. Knees under your hips, hands under the shoulders, or a little bit in front, especially if you have difficulties with your wrists. Fingers spread like froggies. I'm in Thailand. We have froggies sticking to the wall. Tune in with your breath. And with your exhalation, round the spine to the sky. Relax your head down. And with the inhalation, melt your spine towards the floor. Bring your shoulder blades together. Lift your heart gently. And your head lift up. So exhalation, around the spine towards the sky. Relax your head down. Relax your jaw. Inhalation, you melt the spine, bring your shoulder blades together, open heart, lift the head. Have awareness on the midsection of your back, where the T12 is. This is the area, a little bit to the sides, not at T12, but it's corresponding with T12, is the adrenal glands. They are attached to the kidneys. And the adrenal glands are the one who release adrenaline, noradrenaline, other hormones released with the stress. And especially if we have like chronic stress, and if this is related also with our inner belief system, they can become exhausted, and then we feel like a lot of times like very tired, fatigued, exhausted. And so the idea is to have your awareness on the mid section of your back and to bring movement to this area. To get the adrenals like and the area around moved. And where your awareness goes, also prana, life force goes. Send like nourishment and relaxation to this area. The next time you exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your buttocks up into downward dog. Fingers spread, plant your palms good into the floor. You can have your knees bent, the heels lifted. So you can get long with your arms, reach, pressing into the floor, reach through the arms, along the spine, up to the sitting bones, reach with your sitting bones up and back. And then you can walk your heels up and down to come in touch with the back side of your legs. And come to stillness again, knees can be bent, and from here, from the sitting bones, reach down with your heels as far as they want to go. If they reach the floor, okay. If not, okay. No stress. And relax your head. Make some yes, yes, yes. No, no, no. Like fear likes to sit on our neck. So like letting go. Let the tiger of fear be released. Nothing to be afraid of at the moment on your mat. I hope so. From downward dog, lift the right leg up to the sky. Shift your weight forward. Look in between your hands. No. From downward dog, lift the right leg up to the sky. Bring the leg under the torso. Come onto the tippy toes of the left foot. Look in between your hands. Step in between your hands. Left knee onto the floor. Left foot onto the floor. Right knee above the ankle. So we want to address the psoas, the deep muscle going from the femur bone up to the T12 of the inside of the spine. If you don't feel like maybe you're really flexible with your psoas, then it's okay. But sometimes we are too close in and we don't feel any stretch. Then you come back on your toes and you shift backwards. But keep this alignment till you feel like here it gets elongated. You want to bring length into the psoas. If you have like the psoas is active, it's a big flexor for walking, running. So now when you walk around and run around to find your gifts, this works a lot. Or if you sit a lot and order your gifts, so nice, bringing length back into the psoas. So have the knee above the ankle, reach with the lower leg of the front leg forward, and reach with your back leg backward. Active legs. Then keep the pelvis where it is. Tuck the toes of the left foot under. Keep the pelvis where it is. Lift the knee up. I feel it now firing up. Bring the knee back onto the floor. The foot back onto the floor. Keep the pelvis where it is. Lift the torso. Bring the hands onto the right thigh. Press with your hands into the thigh. Roll the shoulders onto the back, down. Now my lower ribs want to push forward. I bring them back in. So now I want to also bring length, not only in the lower part, but also in the upper part of the psoas. And then I can bring my arms up and reach long with the whole torso to give it the psoas a long stretch to release. The information may be stored in the psoas that there is some danger, some threat going on. Keep deep breathing. And then release down. Tuck the toes of the left foot under. Reach with the right leg up to the sky. And bring it back onto the floor into your downward dog. Take a couple of breaths here. Relax breathing. Relax your jaw, your tongue. And then shift to the other side. Left leg goes up. Bring the left knee under the torso. Shift the weight to the front. Look in between your hands. Use your core muscles to step the left foot in between the hands. Right leg onto the floor. Right knee onto the floor. Right foot flat on the floor. And then again, see the knee above the ankle. If you don't feel stretch, move the right knee a little bit backward. And then again, foot flat onto the floor. So you want to get, again, this elongate the right front thigh to reach the thorax. The psoas is, corsal psoas gets innervated also by the reptilian brain. It's the one that it has to react fast. So whenever there is like a stressor, it can be like tight, and especially if you have chronic like stress, outer stress or inner stress, it can be that this one is tightened up, and because it's connecting to the T12 and the diaphragm is connecting, our breathing muscle is connecting there, the whole area, the breath will change. That gives more information, it get tightened up, then we have more chest breathing, and then more information about stress, and it's a cycle going on. So stretching the psoas, staying a while in here, gives the information, everything is okay, no threat. Then again, keep the pelvis where it is. Tuck the toes of the right foot, lift the leg without the pelvis lifting. Feel into the body where you feel the stretch. Bring the knee back onto the floor, Bring the foot back onto the floor. Keep the pelvis where it is. Lift the torso. Hands on the left thigh. Press into the thigh. Shoulders rotate back and down. Bring the lower ribs in. Long torso. The sacrum a little bit down. And then keep this. Reach with your arms up. Get long. Reach. Connecting earth and sky. And from here, bring your hands back onto the floor. Tuck the toes of the right foot. Reach with the left foot up to the sky. Bring the left foot onto the floor. The downward dog. Relax breathing. Bring the knees onto the floor. Feet flat onto the floor. Exhale into Balasana. You can have your arms pointing forward or alongside the body, pointing backward. Child pose, inviting you to withdraw from the outer world. Take a break. Remember the midsection of your back, the area of T12 related to the adrenals, and the psoas is connecting there, and the diaphragm is connecting there. Breathe into this area to nourish this area. And with every exhalation, letting go any tension you don't need. And bring your hands to front of your knees, push into the floor, and come up to a kneeling position. And from here, shift your legs, point them to the front. You can bring your hand under your buttocks, move the buttocks to the back, move it out to sit more on the sit bones. If you touch your lower back and you feel like it's slumping, there's kind of like the dinosaur is moving. You can have a little cushion or sitting on a height like a block, or getting a nice blanket or cushion to support yourself. From here, bend the right leg. Move it over, bring your foot to the outside of the left leg. Keep the sitting bones grounding down. Grow your spine long. Grow spine long. You keep sitting like this. I will shift around so that I can face you. Reach with your left arm alongside the ear, and with an exhalation, turn, twist. You can hug from outside, like this one. Or you can bring your elbow to the outside, the right hand behind the pelvis. Breathe your spine long and feel the twisting. And this is a good moment to think about fact and story. You know, like, it's often we get caught up in our story. I look now to the front, you look to the back. Often we can be caught up in our story, and we think this is a reality, and everything inside of our body is reacting to that. So if our story is stressful, the whole body will react with stress response, and the whole world seems to be a stressor, seems to be a threat. And this is then how we react, and then it's difficult to see clearly and respond more to the world and have an open heart to the world. So it's good, maybe the twist can remind us to shift perspective, fact and story. in the inhalation. Come back to center. Release your leg to the front. Feel for a moment. Take this moment to take it in. How it feels, how is the breathing changing, the sensation in the body. Okay, we will do the other side. You stay where you are, I turn. Move the buttocks like backward. Bend the left leg, bring it over to the outside of the right one. Breathe your right arm up alongside the ear. Exhale, turn over to the left. Hug your knee or bring the elbow to the outside. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, your tongue. Keep your spine upright, and with exhalation slowly let go more into the twist. And this can be an inner feeling. Maybe outside there's no movement visible, but inside you feel like, oh, there's more letting go, there's more space. And one other point when we look at fact and story is that things happening, they're going on in the outside. And can we have this mind state of santosha, contentment, absolute contentment, to be okay with what is, especially if we cannot change the situation. To sometimes in the situation that we want to manipulate, to change the situation according to our story. And this is kind of fixing and not like letting it be how it is. So can we relax into the situation? Relax into the present moment. Being okay with what is. Being okay with how we are. Don't need to fix all the time, change ourselves all the time, like being different. And then inhale, come back to center. Release your leg. Bring the sole of the feet onto the floor, shift a little bit closer to your feet, reach with your arms to the front, and gently roll back down onto the floor. I need a little bit more. Can bring the feet more in. For this pose you will need some support if you want to do it in a nice relaxed way. So I have this yoga block. Bring my feet towards the buttocks, hip width apart. Push into the earth and lift it up. So we have the block, and this would be level 1. This is level 2, and this is level 3. You can decide what is serving you. I will start now and try how I feel with level 2. I put it under my sacrum, the triangular shaped bone at the pelvis. I rest my sacrum on top of it, what feels actually really nice. So this is the invitation to stay open, open the heart. And this is nice. If you feel you have more space, you can see how it is. Maybe you come onto the tippy toes to get onto level 3. How it is if you go onto level 3, bring the heels back down, and then I can bring my shoulders more under, and you can see the heart is more open. But only do this if it feels like still nice and relaxing. You can rest really the pelvis onto the block. If you don't have these blocks, you can take some books to rest on. Connect your feet to the earth, shoulders to the earth. Relax your jaw, your tongue. Experience opening of the heart. Like the front body likes to close when we have a lot of fear and stress going on. Because the major flexors of the body are becoming active when we feel threatened. Because it's like a caterpillar, you know, you poke it, I think it's poke it in English, poke it with a stick, and then they round, so they flex. It's a protective movement, you know, we protect our heart, we protect our organs, we protect ourselves. So now this is the opposite movement. So see how this feels for you to open up. Have deep breathing still, diaphragmatic breathing. Feel supported by the block. You know, feel like you can rest. Maybe you know some people also who support you. The friends, your family, to take in the support. Deep breathing, but connecting also with your heart, the opening of your heart, the strength of your heart, the power of your heart to embrace everything. But if you feel like it's too long for you, whenever you feel you need, you can leave the pose. And then gently come onto the tippy toes, lift your buttocks up, and bring the block down onto first level, and rest your pelvis onto the first level. Release the shoulders from under the body. Take a couple of breaths. Give the spine some time to adjust, to come back. And then lift again the pelvis. Remove the block completely to the side. Rest the pelvis onto the floor. Keep the sole of the feet touching the floor. And allow the spine gently to reset. Nowhere to rush. Remain with diaphragmatic breathing, deep breathing. Bring your feet together. Bring your right arm alongside the ears. Bring your knees toward the chest and exhale over to the left. You can rest your left hand on the knees and look over to the right. Deep, calm breathing. So this pose is also nice to digest. Taking in the good, you know, like when we eat food, our system is supporting us to take in what is nourishing us, what is good for us. So this pose is governing this area at the abdominal area. And for me the same is true with our emotions, with our mental states. Taking in the good. Also with experiences you have, you know, maybe you have some friends supporting you, your family supporting you. Doesn't need to be always, but whenever there is a moment where you feel support, someone is holding the door open for you, giving you a smile, take in this moment, stay with it for 15 to 20 seconds, take in this feeling and really let it sink into your system, into your heart. We get flushed with so many negative informations, so we have to make a self-effort to take in the good. And then inhale, come back to center, bring the right arm back. Yeah, I take in the good of this nice kissing dog. Yeah, I learned that kisses make very happy when, you know, I love you too. Girl, you're bored. What's going on, Lani? Okay. Go. Bring your left arm alongside your ear. Exhale the knees over to the right. Bring your right hand
On top of the knees, look over to the left. And also with the negative, and again. Also with the negative, we have this negativity bias, because this is where we need to be protected. So our system is looking out for the threat in life, and the tiger coming to attack us. So sometimes we are so much focused on that. So it needs really some conscious shift in your mind, to see the good things and to take them really in, to give them attention. And also the twist is stimulating again the vagus nerve, the parasympathetic system, to release, let go. So enjoy breathing in this pose. And then inhale, come back to center. Hug your knees towards your chest, to Apanasana. You can have the eyes still closed to withdraw from the outer. For a moment, let the outer world be and step into your inner world again and again. And this posture is supporting you of letting go. Like before in the twist, it was kind of separating what is needed, what is not needed. And this one here is giving the energy to let go what is not needed, what is not supported. And it doesn't mean to suppress things or to reject difficulties. It is to really look with clarity. Am I attached, especially to stories, beliefs? Am I holding on to it? Am I attaching to it, identifying with it, playing it again and again in my head, especially maybe stressful beliefs? And the body cannot separate between a real threat and an imaginary threat. It reacts anyhow because you never know, you might need to protect yourself. So this one is about letting go. Still calm and deep breathing. And then gently release, bring the feet back onto the floor. If you have a bolster, like a nice cushion, I like to have a supportive shavasana for our relaxation in the end. So, because I don't have a bolster here, I will grab the 2 blocks. I have quite big ones, which is nice for me. But if you have a cushion bolster, it's even better. Place them under my thighs so that the knees are, in this case, I like it to have them free. And then slowly I support myself to come back down. Okay. So find the position where it feels good for you, that you can really let go in your legs, that they can, the feet fall to the sides, open the groin. And because of this extra support, you can even put them high on a chair, and have you can even put your lower legs on a chair. So this will give also more relaxation for your lower back. But this one now is also called to give the psoas the information that they can relax. You know, it's like soft. And the head comes back to center, the arms alongside the body. Close your eyes and feel your body lying on the floor. Feel the support of the earth beneath you. Feel your whole body from the crown of the head down to the tips of the toes. From the tips of the toes up to the crown of the head. And relax the whole body. Relax your forehead. Relax your eyes and your cheeks. Relax your jaw and your tongue. The whole face relax. Relax your throat center, the pit of the throat. Relax your arms from the shoulders down to the fingertips. Fingertips up to the shoulders. Relax. Relax the middle, the center of your chest, the whole heart area. Relax. All the abdominal area, relax. Relax your legs from the hips to the tip of the toes. And from the tip of the toes up to the hips, relax. Relax the abdominal area. Relax your heart area. Relax your arms from the shoulders down to the fingertips, fingertips up to the shoulders. Relax. Relax your throat center, the pit of the throat. And relax all the facial muscles. Relax your whole body from the crown of the head down to the tip of the toes and up back to the crown of your head. Allow the body to be soft and heavy, melting towards the floor. And then I'd like to invite you to do the humming bee breath for 6 times. I will once do it for you to listen to. You breathe in and then you hum. Let the humming be gentle, without effort actually, like in a relaxed way. You start together and then you go into your own rhythm. Breathe in and exhale the humming. The last one. Rest with your awareness at the forehead. Rest with your awareness at your forehead or slightly behind inside your head. Feel the effect of the humming bee. You can rest with your awareness at the forehead or shift down to the throat center and be there. And shifting down to your heart center and rest at the heart center. And rest at the heart center. Invite the breath, the physical breath, still to be deep, diaphragmatic breathing. But the breath of awareness is resting at your heart. Connecting with your heart. Resting in the space of the heart. Dropping to a state of being. Nobody to become, nowhere to go, nothing to do. Resting at the core of your heart. And gently, with the inhalation, bring awareness to your toes and your fingers and move your toes and your fingers. Next inhalation, bring awareness to your feet and your hands. Move your feet and your hands. Next inhalation, bring awareness to your legs and your arms. Move your legs and your arms. And if you like, with inhalation, reach, stretch, get long. Yawn. And roll over to one of your sides. Take the top arm, put your hand into the floor. Push yourself up to sitting. Take one of the blocks or your cushion to sit on. Coming to a sitting posture, to our last posture for this sequence, and that is the it is Christmas pose. You can even look up to the sky and be ready to perceive all the light and goodness, to have the most joyous Christmas, to celebrate the light in your life, the light and love in your life, to radiate and give as much love as you can into the world. Remember, love gets never diminished by giving love. It's like just flowing through you. And thank you for joining. Namaste.